Hey guys, welcome to JazzedTutorials. So this week's tutorial is going to be a little fun tutorial. We're going to play with some food. Just kidding. No, we're making a ketchup and mustard text effect, and I'm going for a kind of a spilled on the table effect, if you will. So what I have here, as you notice, is a wooden texture, and I'm using this more like a table texture, I guess you could say. It was kind of hard to find one that really resembled a table like wooden texture, so I grabbed this one, and as you'll notice on my side over here, well, you'll notice in a moment, that I had to drop my opacity down to 75%. And because I did that, I wanted to make my background a creamy beige white-ish color that really went with the table. So that's what I did there, but you may not need to. If you find a texture that's the right color and whatnot, you won't have to do that, but if you do, that's how you do it. Just do 75% with a beige kind of color for your background. Alright, and then it blends in quite nicely. Alright, now let's type our text. Now the next step can be done one of two ways. I'm going to show you my way, which is a bit difficult, you may think, but it's just how I did it. So, okay. So I'm typing my text, and I chose two different colors here, as you'll notice. And I'm using the font called Bessie. I think I found this on dafont.com. Not really sure though, but I'll leave a link below for you to download because you will need this. Because you won't have it, obviously. And for my top color, for my ketchup, I chose this lovely red here. But again, you can choose whatever ketchup red color you like. I know some ketchup bottles are a little darker than others, some are lighter. I don't know why that is. I guess it depends on the tomatoes, I guess. I don't know. And then below, I chose a mustard color of such, and finding a mustard color was quite difficult because some mustards are lighter than others, some are not, like Dijon is one color and whatnot. So there you go. Choose your colors wisely, whatnot. Alright, so then after that, now at this point, we're going to have to separate these. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why don't you just type Jazz and the more tutorials on two separate layers? Yeah, that would have been the easy way out, but I'm a difficult person, so I put it on one layer, not really thinking. So at this next point, what we're going to do, we're going to duplicate this text one time, and then you're going to go over here when you duplicate that, grab your rectangular tool, and then you'll separate them onto two separate layers by cutting out the tutorial part and the red part. So I'll show you what that looks like in a second. So here is my cutout mustard part. I'll explain to you what that looks like and how it got there in a moment. So alright, once you have yours all cut out and placed where you want them on your table, you'll hide the ketchup layer, obviously, because we're going to work with the mustard layer first, or I'm going to anyway. And we're going to go over here. We're going to add an inner glow, and this is like a really dark yellow. It looks more green to me, like a sick leaf green, but I don't know. It's yellow, I guess. And then I chose Vivid Light for my blend mode, 75% opacity. I chose a 5 pixel size, and then that's about it. But that one, I went down here to Bevel and Emboss. I didn't really change too much, just the depth is 500%, size is 13 pixels, and I unchecked use global light down here because I don't need light on this, obviously. So we use 82-degree angle and a 60-degree altitude. And then down below, I just changed my highlight mode to linear light with a 75% opacity, and shadow modes multiply with a 0% opacity. And then last but not least, I added a color overlay of another mustard-like color. So I chose this one here. It's kind of mustardy, I guess. I don't really know. And that's normal with 100%. And click OK, and that is where I am right now. Now you'll notice how I have some splotches here and there. I'll explain you how to get that momentarily when I get further into this. But let's go on to the ketchup layer first, and then I'll explain that. Alright, so on your second layer, which is your ketchup layer, we're going to double click that. And we're going to add only two settings on this one. An inner glow with a dark red color. I chose this hue, but again, choose your own preference. 75% for the opacity, vivid light, 5 pixels for your size, and then to bevel and emboss, I just did the same, almost the same thing, 500%, 13 pixels, uncheck use global light, blah blah blah, all the same. You get the drift. Alright, and the reason why we didn't add a color overlay on this one is because I like the red color that I chose, and it was really nice, and it really doesn't really need to be changed, but if you feel like you need to change your red color, go for it. I just didn't. Alright, so now we're going to explain the splotches here. These splotches are actually splatter brushes that I have on my computer. You can find various splatter brushes throughout the web. There's lots of good sites out there. I'm always sporting brusheasy.com because they're a really easy site and very useful. So go to brusheasy.com and type in splatter brushes, find some that you like, and you can use those, and they work perfectly fine. And then what you'll do, and I'll just show you, I have one up here in the corner. And this is what we did. I took my effects from my previous layers, whichever one I was doing. If I was doing ketchup swatch, I did that. I went to the ketchup layer and copied that layer style and put it over there. And of course, I used the same color as I used on the ketchup for the swatch. So I did that. So if you double click this, it's the same thing. I just used color overlay for my ketchup color on the swatch, and I just placed them in various places behind each of the text layers. And some of them, as you notice, like on the mustard, I placed it on top of it and I blended it in so that it looked more like it was really coming off of the actual text. And blending is very simple. It's just like taking your soft round eraser brush, erasing it into the actual text, and that blends it in and whatnot. And I, of course, merged the blended layer with my text, so that's why the mustard one has the two together. Alright, and then just because I was a cool kid and wanted to really enhance this, I found some cool ketchup and mustard bottle vectors online, and I placed those on top. And again, I placed another splotch of mustard like that, and there you have it. Ketchup and mustard splotches. Pretty cool. So that's my lovely tutorial. I hope it was fun for you. I hope it was educational. I hope you liked it. I thought it was really fun. I love making this. It was so fun to figure out and make and experiment with and whatnot. And I know summer's almost here, so I figure why not? Let's give it some summer flair. And this is about as summery as I could figure out. So I hope you like this. If you did, hit the like button. I love likers. If you really want some more stuff like this, you have some suggestions for me, comment below, inbox me here, whatever. I'm everywhere you are. You guys are amazing. Thank you for watching all my videos, subscribing if you do. If you don't subscribe, you should, because I do post videos at least once a week. I try to put out 2 videos, but sometimes it's only 1, but I guarantee you at least once a week I will have a video out for your viewing pleasure. So thank you yet again, and have a fabulous week. I will see you again next week. Bye!